Ludgvan lies 2.5 miles northeast of Penzance, overlooking Mounts Bay. The name of the village Ludgvan possibly originates from a 6th century missionary known as Saint Ludgvan, or Ludernus, and a holy well, though the name's true origin may be from the Cornish word for place of ashes. Mentioned in the Domesday Book as Ludgvan, the manor of Ludgvan Lesse was significant, as it held shipping rights and large agricultural lands. The parish survived by adapting to market gardening, with its proximity to Penzance, despite an 1850s mining workforce. A notable resident was Sir Humphrey Davy, the inventor of the safety lamp, whose parents are buried in the parish churchyard. The parish is also the final resting place of the antiquarian and historian, the Reverend William Borlase. In the mid-19th century, over half of the village's male population worked as miners. Ludgvan's rural economy was later supported by its market gardening, allowing it to weather the decline in the mining industry better than many other Cornish parishes. The parish church of St. Paul's dates back to at least the 13th century, but it was mainly built during the 15th century. It was originally named St. Ludernus, and it stands as a significant historical landmark. The church had significant renovations and additions during both the 16th and 19th centuries. I personally think, even though it's squat in height, but quite wide, and extremely dark without the electric lighting, it's an incredibly beautiful church, with its bare walls of the natural local stone, plus the simple wooden roof. It's definitely a church to savor. Ludgvan was said to be the last church to hold a Cornish language service during the late 17th century. The holy well remains somewhere, waiting to be rediscovered and flow once more. It is also claimed that Ludgvan is the last place within Britain where a native wolf lived. It is said that the wolf, that was of gigantic proportions, had caused a considerable commotion, where it had abducted a child, carrying it off, and the locals set off and captured the beast at a local farm that still exists today, known as Rossbeath Farm. It was here that this wolf was captured and slain, and thus, the British Isles' native wolves were no more. St. Michael's Way is a 12.5 mile or 20 kilometers waymarked footpath in West Cornwall, where it crosses the peninsula from the north coast at Leland, which is close to St. Ives Town, down to the south coast, and St. Michael's Mount. It follows an ancient route historically used by Celtic saints, medieval pilgrims, and traders to avoid the hazardous waters round Land's End. The path offers a diverse array of scenery, including hills, river valleys, historic churches, and the significant site of St. Michael's Mount. The waymarkers or path signs typically bear a scallop shell image. The full pathway starts at St. Eunice Church, Leland, which is near St. Ives, on the north coast. It then heads west along the coast passing through Carbis Bay, turning south, heading away from the coast, before getting near St. Ives. Turning southeast near Nils Monument, and more southerly at Bowling Rock passing Trencombe Hill. Again, turning westward near Nins Bridge and south before Ashton Farm. Shortly after, you'll enter the little village of Ludgvan, which is where we started our much shorter route today. From Ludgvan Church, the first part as you've been able to see is farmers' fields which the designated footpaths run down the side of. This alternative route, although still classified as the St. Michael's Way, has the downside of the fact that there are a number of busy roads and a train line to cross over. But so long as you're careful, you'll be okay. The route of St. Michael's Way follows a prehistoric path, and it was a pilgrim route to Santiago de Compostela in Spain. It is the only designated pathway in the United Kingdom that is recognized as a European cultural route, emphasizing its historical and cultural importance. It crosses the Penwith Peninsula, a diverse landscape, with a route that can vary slightly depending on the path chosen to reach Marazion. Walking the St. Michael's Way can be a meditative experience, connecting walkers to the region's ancient past and offering opportunities for spiritual self-reflection. After visiting St. Michael's Mount, on the Cornish coast, it is normal that as the pilgrim enters mainland Europe, heading for Santiago, they stop off to visit St. Michael's twin, Mont Saint-Michel, on the coast of Normandy, northern France. The walk along St. Michael's Way is generally considered moderate, and other than the involvement of crossing the busy roads and rail line, the only other concern is that some areas can be very muddy in parts. If you choose the alternate route to St. Michael's Mount, as we have today, the later section goes through the Marazion marshes. There have been fine wooden stretches of raised footpath that enable good grip and dry shoes during bad weather conditions. Although it's always advisable to take care and wear sensible walking footwear. All the footpath areas we encountered in and around Cornwall were generally very good, but they are prone to becoming overgrown at times. Within the shadow of St. Michael's Mount, near Penzance, the Marazion Marsh is Cornwall's largest reedbed, with more than 250 bird, 500 plant, 500 insect, and 18 mammal species having been recorded here. Over the years, the reserve has become an important wintering site for bitterns and a regular stopover for the globally threatened aquatic warbler. In some years, starlings roost here from October to December, attracting aerial predators such as buzzards and sparrowhawks as they arrive at dusk. The starlings are continental birds, and their spectacular aerial acrobatics over the reedbeds, known as murmurations, are a sight worth seeing. Marazion Marsh is owned by the RSPB, and the great thing is it's free to enter and enjoy. Marazion is an ancient market town and civil parish. It's famous for being the gateway to the iconic island of St. Michael's Mount. Located on the southwest coast in Mounts Bay, the town offers a popular tourist destination with a sandy beach, art galleries, gift shops, and restaurants, as well as a vibrant area for water sports, plus the nature reserve, as we've just seen. The town centre is both small and charming with independent shops, cafes, restaurants, art galleries and traditional architecture. Its vast sandy beach is popular for swimming and sunbathing, plus water sports like kitesurfing and sailing. The town's main draw is this historic island, that is crowned by a castle, and connected to the mainland by a cobbled causeway, that appears at low tide, before disappearing again once the tide returns.